Bezo coming into this are front runner to a first place and a second place, I believe they had, and suddenly everything.
Oh, that's
has
8 belt. There it
down.
is.
That's Belveth 3. Oh no, but she took the thieves gloves.
Oh my god, what?
Hi, I'm Garrix, a challenger player on EU West, and what you just saw was a game from one of my first tournaments. I've got improving to do still, so come along on this journey with me and let's get better at TFT together. Alright guys, today I have a really spicy game, so let's get into it. As you already probably have seen on the title, it's a Velvet 3 game actually, but let's see how we got there to begin with. It's actually thanks to a pretty interesting augment combo that is new to this set because, well, as you know, there are many new augments, so there are many new combos along with some of the old augments that were kept this set. So we started off here, we got the Shurima Bazaar portal, which means that there are 2 item components every carousel. And right now we start off with an Echo from the first orb, but we also got an Oriana in our first shop here. So we're looking to be set up for some piltover action here. Unfortunately, no Jace or buy from the other orb here. Let's see, our second shop is full with 2 costs, so that's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, none of them are buy here, so that's pretty sad. But what can you do? Let's see, here we have a belt right now, rod, and we also get a glove. So nothing super slammable immediately, maybe a dual gauntlet, but yeah. Let's see what augments we get here. It's a gold augment. We rerolled the first and the third option. Nothing really that interesting. Because we have 2 piltovers already, I thought that picking Metabolic Accelerator was probably a good option. So we pick it up here and hopefully we find a buy or Jace very soon. So that's just the plan. We're just trying to get Piltover in right now and then just snowball Piltover with this Metabolic Accelerator we got, so we can just keep on losing into a huge cash out and get very strong. So let's see if we can do that. Up here against some challenger board here. This augment here, I don't know what the name is. I'm pretty sure we're gonna look at it later. But what it does is at combat start and when the units get the challengers, get takedowns, they get a shield that refreshes. So it's actually pretty strong to keep them going. That's something actually I really like that they brought back, the what's it called, the trait specific augments, because, well, they don't have hero augments, so I guess this is the way of tying them to champions, which is pretty logical. But I like the trait augments actually. I think they're pretty fun. So we lost our first fight there. It was a good loss, but we healed some of that HP back up. Again here a good loss, so we're really healthy still. And again we're healing 2 HP back here, so we are almost full HP still. So in a pretty good position right now. Unlucky though that we haven't found that buy or chase yet. But maybe we can find it on the carousel. So let's see here, the third fight. We're up against a Pandora's Bench 2 here, so usually Pandora's Bench is a silver augment and gives 1 component. But there is a second tier now, this set, which gives you 2 components instead. There's actually even a prismatic one that gives you a, what is it, a radiant item, I believe actually. So yeah, that one's actually pretty decent. There is a buy here actually, so let's pick it up. Some tank components there as well, so that's not too bad. Let's see. we're just gonna put it in. And probably the player is not to level, as we want to lose, and we're not really afraid to lose right now because again we have a lot of HP to work with the metabolic accelerator. And also it's pretty likely that we're gonna fight the weakest persons here in the lobby, so let's see if we can keep our lose streak going. This guy is actually pretty darn weak, so we aren't that strong either, but it looks like we are actually a bit stronger, which is quite unfortunate. As soon as I put in DP Dog, we actually start winning, so that's kind of bad. The good part here though is that we had a pretty bad loss our third fight, so we actually still get value from our augment here, healing back up. Again, here we also want to be as weak as possible, so we are not gonna make the Oriana 2 here actually, as we want to get more stacks on our T-Hex. And we're fighting 11-5 players, so this should be a loss here. They have 3 2-star units as well, so yeah, this is gonna be a big loss. Unfortunately not gonna kill any unit here, but again that's alright, we have a lot of HP to work with, as we got some pretty good losses earlier, so it's alright. Down to 85 HP, but we are also gonna heal 2 HP back up here, so that's nice. Find a Renekton 2, so we can put that in for now. And just gonna reposition here for the Krugs. Let's see if we can get some good components here. Chain vest, that's alright. Can make a bramble vest. Some more gold here. Yep, the game pair here. Even more gold, so we sell off some units here to make 40. It's actually fine that we didn't get any components. It doesn't really matter. Gold is actually better right now as we are not gonna slam anything anyways, so getting our econ a bit of a boost is actually pretty nice. Let's hope here we get another loss. And let's see what the second augment will be. We're fighting a level 5 player here. They're actually pretty strong though with some upgrades, so should be a loss here. Hopefully we can kill some units though. Let's see here, it's actually pretty close here. The Renekton gets 1, rest of the team gets 2 other ones, and this Kled is gonna clean up our team, so that's a really good loss for us. Really nice. And the second augment here is a prismatic, so the plan here, well, I'm rerolling here to look for maybe some Piltover, but then the rerolls weren't that good, so I just pick up the tiniest Titan here instead, meaning we have even more HP to work with. So after every PvP round right now, we're gonna heal 4 HP, which is huge. And in addition to that, our tactician here is pretty darn small and pretty dang fast as well, so that's gonna be good in carousels for us. So right now what we want to do is just lose without dying of course, and then get a good cash out and just transition that into a strong board later on. But yeah, we're in a really good position right now. We have this double HP regen going, and we have a lot of HP to work with. So we're looking really good right now. The only thing we can do really is try to minimize our losses here so we don't lose too hard, but we don't actually want to accidentally win, as that would set us back a bit with our Piltover stacks. But if that happens, that would be alright. We will have plenty of HP to work with again, but it's kinda a big setback when you have lost for a while and then, you know, win. So if you do mixed streaking, that's not good at all for Piltover. You want to lose because the stacks with T-Hex gains kind of scale up when you have a loss streak going, so you want to keep on losing, and then you want to spike your board by rolling down, slamming items and such, get a big cash out, and then snowball that cash out into an even stronger board. Here's the second carousel. Not really sure what to pick up here. I see the Echo there, so I decide to pick him up so we get Echo 2, which won't make our board too strong, but it will help out with killing maybe 1 or 2 units, which will be nice. Also, the components here weren't that bad, as we get another belt, so we can slam a Warbox later on, and also a Dragon's Claw. So that's a pretty good synergy, those two items together. And maybe also a Bramble Vest. That would be like one of the best tank combos. You got a lot of HP, a lot of MR, and a lot of armor as well. So that would be some really strong items for a frontline later on. Here we fight another person now, so he's pretty strong actually. Karma 2 here. I believe that's actually 6 invokers. He has a go in there. Or maybe close to it at least. So he's pretty strong. Now we're down to 53 HP, but we need 4 HP back up. Also, I forgot to mention that if you didn't read already, the Prismatic Augment, the Tiniest Titan, also gives you 2 gold each round, so that's pretty good as well. So right now, yeah, again, we're pretty darn rich. But as you've noticed, sometimes you put the pump the XP bar to like 3 levels, so you don't have to do that later. But actually, I'm keeping the gold here because we might get another augment later, like level up or something. So we want to keep that gold actually until then, because again, we are not in a rush right now. We're actually waiting a bit till we're gonna cash out. So we're just saving our gold here. Here I, by habit, put in some XP, but then I soon realized like, yeah, of course I'm not gonna do that, because again we're waiting for the third augment. But yeah, losing some gold there, it's alright. Pick up some items, some units here. Another Echo, so maybe we can roll for Echo 3 later, which can help us with our cash out maybe. Right now we're sitting at 24 stacks, we're looking pretty good actually. Those stacks are gonna grow quite a bit if we keep on losing. So I decided to slam some items here as I scattered around and saw that most of the players were strong. So I decided to slam some more items here, as that won't give us a win, but maybe help us kill 1 or 2 more units, which it does, which is very nice. We take another loss here down to 36, so getting a bit uncomfortable right now, but again we're gonna heal some of it back up, so we're looking quite good actually. It's gold augment, so no level up this time. I decided to pick up social distancing here, as it's gonna spike our board. Just give some immediate stats, which will help with the cash out again later on. And if you compare to the rest of the lobby actually, the third place player here has 52 HP, so we're actually not that far off, as we're gonna regen back some HP as well, so we're not that far behind, and we have this tilt over stacking, so we're looking really good actually. We fight a player with Kled 3, so he's very strong. Slayer board here of sorts. And yeah, of course we're gonna take another loss, but that is alright. We killed like 2 units here at least, so that's actually pretty good for us. We have a lot of gold right now, so we're just looking to level up next round. I roll a bit here to see if I hit anything, maybe some more echoes or something, because maybe I'll roll at level 7 here instead for the Echo 3, but we don't hit anything really on those few rolls, so I decided to just go for level 8, as we have a lot of money to work with, and roll for a stronger board there. So let's see here, fighting that challenger board again. He has level up actually, but he seems to be re-rolling for Warwick, so that's not really a good combo. But yeah, that's good for us at least, I guess. And now we're down to 17 HP, but that's alright. That should be 2 losses, so to say. So we're looking pretty good still. Pick up the Lux here for a Lux pair, and the belt, so we can slam guard breaker here for Echo, which synergizes with the dual gauntlet, so that's not too bad. Open tier later for maybe a blue buff or something, and open bow. So we roll down here a bit, look for some upgrades, get our 4th bruiser in, some more echoes, find Senna, a lot of legendaries here, got a velvet pair. I'm getting a bit dizzy here, deciding to slam the guard breaker and pick up the velvet pair there, and the Scion as he's another bruiser, also keeping Sejuani. Didn't find any other buys unfortunately, so we're stuck at buy 1 still, but that's alright. We take a pretty hefty loss here, down to 7 HP. So we actually have to win next round right now or we're gonna die. Rolling here we find Velvet 2 actually, so that's pretty darn lucky. That should help our board stabilize quite a bit. Another Velvet actually there. Selling Scion, we get the buy 2, so that's good. So hopefully we fight a player that's not too strong here. We fight that Invoker board and he doesn't look too strong here. So hopefully we cash out here. Let's see, yeah, our Velvet here is doing quite a bit of work. Echo as well, and Vi is tanking a lot, so we get the win here. Of course very important or we were gonna die. But yeah, that also means that we regen back some of that HP, so we're actually, if we're lucky actually, 2 losses again from dying, so that's really good. But we're gonna keep on regenning HP if we keep on winning now, so we're in a good position here. Our TX has 56 stacks, so that's pretty darn strong. Pick up some more items here. We naturally Echo 3, so that's very good. So I just land the Giant Slayer here, and then Redemption and another Giant Slayer on Velvet. That's the best combo to go for. Now we're looking pretty good. Hopefully we keep on winning now, so we can just go for level 9 and maybe sell off the TX later and just get some legendaries going. This person is actually pretty darn strong, but we spiked just now, so he can't unfortunately beat us. But again, we're looking really good now as we're gonna regen back some HP every round here. And again, as I mentioned earlier, the gap isn't that far between the players. As you see it, again, the 3rd place player here is 28 HP while we're at 19, and we're gonna keep regenning, so we're gonna catch up to them. Let's see, we fight a bit different board here. He seems to be lacking a bit of front lines, we just get through it, and the TX there is doing quite a bit of work. Velvet as well, and our Echo 2, so that's nice. Echo 3 is actually pretty darn strong. Unfortunately here our itemization isn't that good because he's missing like a healing item of some sort. He has healing in his ability, but that usually isn't enough. But the items he has, they work, they're fine. But instead of the Giant Slayer, maybe a Hand of Justice or Gunblade would be optimal. But we're up to 23 HP right now, so that should be 2 good losses at least, if we're lucky. And as you can see, yeah, we are up in the 3rd place spot here. But we fight the 1st place player right now, and he's, well, super strong. But it's pretty close here. He's a seer left here, but all our damage is gone, so we're unfortunately gonna lose this fight. But on a positive note, it's a good loss, so it's alright. We're first pick here as 2 players died, so I decided to pick up the Velvet here, as giving her a Warmogs will make her tankier. Her Empress trait there, the first core she picks up increases her HP by 50%, so if she has more HP to begin with, that would be even more HP, so that was the thought process there. And also the Warmogs could be used on any of the bruisers as well, giving a bit of value. Also, picking up the Velvet there was preemptive, therefore maybe getting a chance of getting Velvet 3 maybe, as we can sell this TX for some monies and such maybe. Here we fight the challenger player's ghosts, so we actually win this, which is very important. Again, we need to regen that HP, so we have more time. Our TX here powered up a bit more, so now 62 stacks, so yeah, very strong. I believe the value of the TX right now is 85 gold. So we have 52 in the bank, so if it's only gold, we can just level up for free and then roll, but it's probably gonna be a mix of items and such. So that would be fine as well. We fight here a, what is this, a multicaster board of sorts. They're pretty strong, but not strong enough here, as Velvet and our TX gonna clean up. And we do not take them out, they are still alive. But again, we also regen some more HP here, so that's really nice. I sell the TX here preemptively, as we won't have the time to make the full transition later, so it's better to do it preemptively here. Seeing what we get, we got a lot of items and it's not that much gold, but that's alright. So we level up here, see if we can hit, we find one more Velvet. Looking for the golden units here. Our repair. Bit confused on what to do here. By the Scion, find Sejani 2. Running out of time, so I just slam some items onto the units here. I will fight the real challenger board here. Looks like we are winning even though we sold the TX, so that's nice. Decide to pick up the Shojin here, I believe, for the Senna, yeah. And here we find another Velvet 2, so this is the sign that we should go for Velvet 3. So we have a bit of HP to work with here, so hopefully we find another Velvet on the carousel. We actually roll here, find a really good shop, Senna pair and another Velvet, but we don't have the gold for it right now, so I just lock the shop. And we fight the first place player again here, he's really strong. He has a lot of low HP units here. It's a decent loss for us, we're down to 14 here. But we're gonna heal back up again, so if we're lucky, we will survive. I decided to buy the Senna 2 there by selling Scion. And I actually don't pick up the Velvet right now, as I don't want the other players to see it. That I have another one in the shop. Now we fight that Slayer board, but it's a ghost, so they should be weaker here, but they are actually very strong, as they got, I believe, almost their whole board 3-star here. We can't get through this Kled, he's super tanky, so we unfortunately lose the fight, but we actually leave with 1 HP, which is huge. And there is another Velvet here in the carousel, so we just pick it up, and we should be set for the Velvet 3 here. So I sell some of the expensive units on board to get more gold, and there it is, not that hard. We find the Velvet. And yeah, there you can see that every HP actually matters in the early stages of the game there. By killing, well, an extra unit in whatever fight, any of the fights before the one we lost there, we saved that extra HP, so we managed to survive there. Yeah, it just blows up his board. So yeah, this was a very nice game, very fun to play. This combo is a really something you can do every game, I believe. I mean, I didn't even have Piltover at the start, but I had it by the second augment, so I believe it was the right call to just go for that so you can greed for that hard cash out, but we were lucky also that we managed to cash out at all, and that fight for the Raptors was, I believe. So yeah, it might be my first 3-star legendary actually I've ever hit, maybe my second one. I can't remember. It's the first one I hit this set at least, and probably the first one I've ever hit probably. So yeah, that was really interesting. Playing this super greedy playstyle, healing 4 HP every round. Hope you guys enjoyed this game, and see you all next time.